It's recording, but we're not live?
Now we're live.
I don't remember hitting the start recording button, but...
Welcome.
Welcome.
If you're tuning in.
Internet.
I don't think there's anybody on right now, but that's all right. What's up, world?
What's up, Internet?
Who wants to start this one out?
I mean, I've been thinking of stuff to say to start this shit off.
Okay, then
Go for it.
we'll just give it 3-2.
A 3. Yeah, give me a 3-2.
Right,
Maybe a 1.
I'll give you a 3, 2, 1.
All right. So when it comes to men, we need a little time, just to do our own thing. So we might need to go whack one off.
Okay.
And so there's some themes. There's some themes that are all right to whack at. Pornhub, you got to clean up a little bit. I mean, I'm tired of seeing all the stepmom and stepsis stuff.
Yeah.
Come on, just start Googling something else in there. But yeah, I draw the line at child porn though. Fuck that shit, man.
Okay. Well, I sure hope you do.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
These child sex rings, these goddamn Jeffrey Epsteins and Ghislaine Maxwell's in the world, man. Just fucking, controlling powerful people with their billions and children and cheese parties.
There was this meme the other day that it was it showed the 4,167th page of Pornhub, and it said it said something along the lines of going through all this porn and it's still not her.
Jesus, dude, you got some shit to figure out if that's you. If you're 3 a.m. browsing through porn pages,
there's no connection.
And that's the thing though too, is why are people paying for
premium?
Why
OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
Why would I pay to see gonna trigger some people here? Why would I pay to see some mediocre bitch when I literally
that I went to high school with?
I literally Google big boob and get 4 million results.
That's way better. Yeah, go to just what do you get extra? It's the same thing. It's just what do you get extra with the premium Pornhub that you don't get other? I guess there's you can add,
personal.
Can you chat with the Pornhub? Can you
dude,
link up at a park?
No, that's some dark shit. You're going the issue with that stuff in campsites, because that's what it really dates back to with OnlyFans and shit. Is you're paying to have this interaction with a woman. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I hate to break it to you men out there, she does not give a fuck about you.
Yeah. When you're talking about my favorite porn star?
Yes.
Yeah. Nikki Sims?
Donald Trump? Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't give a shit about you, and when you donate $50 every hour that you're watching, they only give a shit about that $50. Yeah, as Schaefer says, simps are gonna simp, dude. Quit simping. If you're wondering why women are the way they are right now, it's because of men being simps.
But it's the same argument though with the NBA bubble and the
sports.
MLB games and all. Yeah,
sports.
But during the bubble, you could pay extra money to get your face up on the board and all that. But what do you I'm watching the game on TNT, just what do you get different? So I'm wondering with the bubble as well, the NBA bubble, that they can put cameras all over the court. So I'm wondering if you can just I want this angle, I want this. There's got to be something. You got to get something extra to pay money to watch a public network.
But a digital pixel representation of my face will be in front of LeBron, and maybe he'll know who I am. It's bullshit. Yeah. It literally is. If you pay money for this kind of shit, you are the problem with this world. This is kind of a tangent.
Are we doing porn or are we doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm all for porn. I'm gonna take a tangent here. We'll come back, but I'm just in terms of people just being shitty. And shitty practices, especially when it comes to money and online stuff. NVIDIA released their new 30 series cards last week.
Oh, I know what you're getting at here.
And we are now building a supercomputer at work, which I will also talk about this later because we had an incident with it today, which is very unfortunate. But we wanted to get a 3080 or 3090 for this build. Mm-hmm. And NVIDIA is the only site that was using active measures to protect against bots. But in the end game, as long as someone signs the check, these companies don't give a fuck who gets the cards. And what happens is you have a shit ton of people that run bots, and they'll snag all these openings for
like
them.
the Supreme bots and
yeah,
stuff.
Supreme bots, same exact thing. And then they'll turn around and resell it and jack the price up. And people pay for these things.
Oh, yeah.
The scalpers turning around the resellers are bad. But the people paying double, dude, literally just wait a month.
Yeah, like, why do you need it right now? What's the... Because it was like, are the graphics card you're talking about was like $500 retail, right?
Those are the 3070s. But the ones we're looking at, the 3080s are like $800, and the 3090s are like $1,200.
And they're reselling them for like $2,500.
Yeah, they're like double, tripling the price of these things.
Price gouging.
Yeah, will be the 3070 in either 3600X or 5000 series Ryzen. Dude, I have a 3600X, and they are, or I guess it's just a 3600. I shouldn't lie. It's only a 3600, but dude, they're absolute monsters. But yeah, we're currently building a Threadripper build at work, which is based off AMD's Threadripper processor, which it's literally...
Is that what you sent us? What the hell did you send us today? Because I saw like
That's
slots
the
for
build.
RAM. Okay.
The processor itself is, I shit you not, like this big. Like, I don't know, like if you're listening, like I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it, but it's
like an external hard drive,
like a Rubik's Cube.
If you've ever seen a processor in person, it's like 4 of those put together in terms of size. They're giant.
Wow.
And so it's 32 physical cores, 64 hyper-threaded, and they make a 64 physical core version of this.
Why? Like, what's the end game?
For processing 3D scans and also Revit stuff, which is really, really, really data intensive. It can handle up. We have 128 gigs, but it can handle up to 256 gigs of RAM.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. And right now we have a 2080 Ti in it, and to power this thing, with everything that's included, we also have 4 M.2 drives, 2 of them which are 1 terabyte, and 2 which are 2 terabyte. So a total of 6 terabytes worth of storage. And they're all...
It's running off solar, isn't it, bro?
No.
Come on, man. Come on, think about the planet.
Yeah, dude.
No. Nuclear, dude. Fuck solar. Solar's for fucking losers. Nuclear power plants.
Oh, nuclear. Okay.
Yeah, nuclear. 100%.
If you're going to end the world, end it, bro.
No, you're not going to... Nuclear is also one of the safest powers out there.
No.
Yes, it is. 100%. Yes. I will fight you over this. But on PC Part Picker, it ended up being an estimated 970 watts to run this build.
Okay.
Which is a shit ton. Like, that power supply right there is only 650 watts. So it wouldn't even come close. Usually you want... Yeah, as Shaper says, nuclear is safer. It really
I know it is. It was a joke.
We bought a 1600 watt power supply, and to power this thing. And we are literally in the BIOS. We didn't even have Windows on it or anything. We were going through the BIOS doing shit, and all of a sudden we heard it was like that's what it sounded like, and the PC just went dark.
Bye PC.
And we don't know exactly what happened, but the for whatever reason, EVGA decided. Here is literally our biggest power supply that we make, 1600 watts. The only nicer one they make is, so they have different levels of efficiency. You have bronze. I don't think gold is one. Maybe silver. Or I know gold's one. I don't think silver's one. I'm pretty sure it's just bronze, gold, platinum, titanium, I think. So you have 80 plus bronze, 80 plus gold, yada, yada, yada. I know this is going right over Nolan's head. What?
I'm more of a diamond guy myself.
Dude, I am titanium, bro.
What?
The song. What's the song?
Titanium. So
tangent for later. It continues his tangent for later.
So literally one of the best power, like the biggest power supplies EVGA makes. They decide that this thing needs an eco mode on it. So there's this little tiny switch,
which is good.
That was switched on. So we're thinking that we literally, even though like with everything that was in the build, there was something with that. With it being on eco mode and it's just drawing a shit ton of power no matter what because we were fucking around with settings, that it just...
So did you turn off eco mode?
Yeah, but the power supply's dead.
Oh, God.
Like, they're sending us a new one, kind of dead. So...
Oh.
Yeah. Not we need a...
But hold up. Oh, did it just break? If it was okay.
We don't know. With the power supplies, you can't get into them without voiding warranties and shit.
Of course.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking though, if the eco mode was on, wouldn't the power supply not let as much power come through?
That's what we thought.
So why would it would cut off power before it even got there?
We're with you, brother. We're so confused.
Science.
It's literally just.
So we're assuming what's probably happened. There's a bad capacitor in there, and it just
fucking capacitors, dude.
Dude, the capacitors in there are like fucking like quarter stacks, dude. They're big boys.
Well, it's no flux capacitor, that's for sure.
No, unfortunately not.
Dude,
so,
Back to the Future with that shit.
Do we even like acknowledge the debate that happened?
Fuck that shit. No.
Did you guys watch
No.
that? Did you guys watch it?
I tortured myself. Yeah.
Yes, dude. I totally watched it too.
I will never get that hour and a half of my life.
Yeah, no.
I was
think I'm
drinking.
done.
Were you guys drinking?
Yeah,
I was definitely drinking. I had 3 beers, and the next day I felt hungover, dude. I'm like, what the hell?
I don't even know if I want to talk about the debate. It's just trash.
And the mediator sucked, dude. Give me Joe Rogan. Where's Joe Rogan? Like, he volunteered to be the.
Oh, did he?
Be the moderator.
And Trump was
Mediator,
even like, yeah.
Moderator.
Yeah, Trump was like, yeah, I'll do it, and nothing from the Biden side. And my biggest problem with it was the moderation.
Yeah.
It was
fucking jack shit.
Well, and what I don't understand is how I get it. You can't control a debate like that, obviously, with the being that is Donald Trump. But you're two grown ass men. Let each other fucking you're 70-year-old men. Both of them are let each other talk.
Yeah.
And then all these people are like, oh, Biden won, all this shit. My thoughts.
I wish I had scotch during that
debate.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a couple things that I just kind of want to clear there about the debate that I thought were kind of wrong, but I never said anything. The whole Proud Boys, the whole stand by or whatever, he accidentally he said that and blah 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 blah. He was just literally going with the moderator. The moderator was like, okay, hey, tell them to stay. He's like, I'll do it. And if you listen to Trump, he's like, yeah, fucking I hate white supremacy. He said that, and I think he just misspoke, and then everyone's like, oh my God, he's pro Proud. I don't think so.
Well, and the crazy thing is the Proud Boys isn't even a white supremacist group.
I mean, I saw the video.
There's literally black and Mexican people who are Proud Boys.
Okay.
So unless the we now have Clayton Bigsby's running KKK clans, it's one of those things that I think that it gives.
But at the end of the day, you can continue what you're gonna say. I don't want to, but he literally, the moderator was like, okay, then do it, then say this, and Trump was like, okay, what do you want me to say? He's like, I'll tell you right now that I don't.
Yeah.
So and then go for it.
Well, and then the big problem is what I see is everything is now. If I don't agree with it, it's white supremacists, it's fascism, they're Nazis, they're racist. Instead of actually calling things as what they are, we just have blanket terms that people are giving to things without actually realizing that that's not what it actually means. If we keep on calling something this,
sorry,
what?
No. I'm just being very dramatic over here.
There are definitely white supremacist groups out there. The Proud Boys are not one of them.
Okay.
100%.
And then the other thing that really made me mad is that they're like Biden won, but
no one won
I don't think nobody won that debate.
Won.
And on top of that, Biden more than anything, which is a good point to get people to vote for him. He was just I don't think he legit. He only answered very few questions of which he was asked. He was more of just don't vote for Donald Trump. Don't vote for Donald Trump. Oh, by the way, this guy's an idiot. Don't vote for him. And I think do I think Donald Trump needs to be in the office for this next term? Probably not. Do I think Joe Biden does either?
Probably not.
Probably not. So here we fucking are.
Yeah.
It's just 2016 all over again. Both parties suck. I mean,
you giant douche or turd sandwich.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
And what I don't get either is how does this Democrat see? Everyone's don't vote Trump, but I rarely have been seeing people that are pro Biden. You know what I mean? They're don't vote Trump, but we have no idea who you're supposed to vote for because the Democratic Party sucks and they can't get a valid fucking candidate
third
to do
party,
shit. They suck.
They could have, with moderates and everything, if they wanted a moderate candidate, they could have absolutely mopped the floor if they picked Tulsi Gabbard. 100%.
I think Bernie, dude. Bernie would have won, bro.
The problem with Bernie is, though, when you look at a lot of Democratic voters, he is considered very, very far right. And if they want someone more moderate, that's the issue that the party saw with Bernie, and that's why they kept on. And the problem with Tulsi is she didn't go along with the DNC either. Yeah. And not in terms of she was very moderate, but she just didn't agree with a lot. She was very, very partisan on a lot of things. Like this whole mail-in voting and everything. She is literally actively saying we need to make sure that we write bills that protect people from, or to protect things from like mail-in voting from not being abused. She is actively out on Twitter like trying to get bills written in to make sure that isn't happening. Now, that's obviously not something that either one of the establishments can use because they can manipulate these things. I hate to burst people's bubbles, but mail-in voting has been and will be abused. Mm-hmm. And this is not a partisan issue. Both sides can and will do this.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at how voting works in our country, so either they will take away polling places or they will rig the polling machines. And then mail-in voting, sure, yes, you can do it, but they will find anything wrong with the ballot to nitpick. Like if you accidentally mark something, they'll throw it out.
Yep.
So the best thing to do is to double check your ballot if you're going to do mail-in and try to either go up to your courthouse and just deliver it or try to do early voting, and then you can track your ballot and such. It just sucks that it's that fucking rigged. So I finally see why people are like, vote, because if enough people vote in this democratic system, that the percentage will go up, so they can't be like, oh, it's a rigged election, or oh, it's not a legit, because if we all vote.
What's the current percentage on?
It's not like
voting
60%. It's very low.
Yeah,
it is very fucking
60?
low. It's fucking low, dude.
Okay, but you also have to take how many felons automatically don't get a, you have to take that. What's the percentage of America literally can't vote?
Are they included?
I don't think they are. No.
So you think 60% of the eligible people?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
It might even be lower than 60%.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's lower than that.
Because
I would almost guarantee that it's lower than that.
Because the fact that, I personally believe that in America, our voting day should be a fucking holiday.
Yeah,
you should be able to go and fucking vote.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It shouldn't be waiting hours in a line just to fucking cast your ballot. And it sucks because, so say you don't want to vote this year. Well, what if legalized marijuana is on the ballot here in Iowa? That's a fucking slim chance. Just saying, I hope it is on the ballot. I don't know what the fuck is on the ballot. It'd be nice to actually find that shit out.
What do you
So say you didn't vote this year. I mean,
okay.
You say you didn't care about either Trump or Biden, but if you wanted to, you could have potentially made weed legal here in Iowa if you just cast your ballot. There's other issues.
You don't. Yeah, but that's the thing about your ballot too. You can still vote and vote for things that you want. You don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to vote for the president if you want to just directly vote for your U.S. Senate or your House of Representatives.
You can do that.
You can make one mark. You can. I mean,
but
obviously,
once again, double check it because they will throw it out for the most random bullshit.
Yeah. I know for a fact my last election when I voted in 2016, I did a mail-in ballot and they said that I did it incorrectly. But I know for a fact I did. But here we are. But yeah, Shafe brings up a good point. If you can vote in person, vote in person.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to vote early because less people there, so it'd be more safe.
But then also when they touched on it a little bit on the debate. What is the time from? Because you can't because it's November 6th, right? That's the day.
3rd.
November 3rd. You can't just shut off and then all of a sudden we have all that. What is that period of counting now that a majority of it's going to be mail-in?
Yeah.
Because you don't technically become president until what?
January.
Is it January 1st?
It's like January.
Whatever. Yeah. Whatever day it actually is. But so there's time. But when do we declare a winner? What's that time
the thing.
frame?
They have to fucking actually work together and be like, all right, so it's going to be a little different this year, but.
Yeah,
because they said that 31. What I saw, I don't know where I got this stat from, but it was I know it's accurate because I'm a goddamn encyclopedia.
Oh, wow.
But I think it was 31 million people voted by mail last election.
Mm.
So I mean, there's definitely I'm assuming that there's not gonna be a lot of polling places that are open this year.
And
to vote.
that's my biggest thing is, like, if we're able to do this safely, let people vote in person, please.
Yep.
Don't try. And the big thing the issue I have with mail-in voting, Taylor's been getting a ton of these things.
Yeah.
She's been getting barraged with them. In my opinion, if you want to do mail-in voting, the most foolproof way around it, you have to go out and request a ballot. I've seen way too many pictures, whether they're fake or not, on Twitter. I've seen videos. I know there's that group of Project Veritas. I don't know if this has been confirmed through other people of the ballot harvesting and shit. This is all stuff that's breaking and that we don't have all the information to yet. But if you want to do a mail-in ballot, you have to request one. It should not be a thing of, let's just start sending ballots to everyone.
Yeah, it's like a census. I feel like that's what it's coming down to. Is just the census. Oh, you haven't filled out your census. Here's another census form. Here's another census form.
Exactly.
Here's another mail-in ballot form. Oh, by the way, have you done your mail-in ballot?
That can't get
by the
manipulated
way,
at all.
Can
Like,
you vote?
Can, because they'll send you stuff that like already has your information, and like one thing will be wrong, and then people will fill it out, and it's like, nope, doesn't count because it's wrong.
Yeah, that and voter IDs, but.
We don't have those either. Isn't some states have voter IDs, some
I
don't?
not want to. I think
Dude,
I can do whatever.
Voter IDs should be required.
It'd just be like a license.
Exactly. You need a license to drive on the road. You need a fucking ID to go see a movie that's above a certain rating. You need an ID to be able to purchase cigarettes, alcohol, literally everything else we do in this country that is age restricted. You need an ID for. So why in the fuck is having a voter ID such a scary thing? Like,
Dude, they'll track you, bro.
oh yeah, like this is coming from Mr. Tinfoil Hat himself. They're already fucking tracking you.
Yeah, they are.
It should be something that's built into your driver's license, as in like I fill it out, and I show up, rights versus privileges.
Yeah.
I mean, that is true. However, we need a way to make sure that elections aren't being, fraudulent.
Yeah.
And it is your right to vote under certain circumstances. You have to be a certain age. If you're not a specific type of felon, yada yada.
Yeah.
But even then, I think that's
Vote. Just fucking
vote.
vote.
You need to vote. And the issue with the voter ID should literally be we have everything else. I do not see an issue with that unless there becomes an issue of being able to obtain said voter ID, or even maybe if it's not even a voter ID, but just physical fucking confirmation that it's you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, like, seriously, so my whole conclusion about voting in the U.S. is both sides, the establishment doesn't want you to vote. Because if you don't vote, they win. So if they can make it hard or they make it a fucking headache to just cast your ballot, they win in the end. Because they can be like, oh, we win from these low numbers. So I don't care who the fuck you vote for. Hopefully it's not Trump. That's just personal. But vote. And they can't oppress 300 million people of the United States that much. And our millennials and Gen X, fuck the boomers, sorry. We are going to be running this country soon, so if we can take power sooner than later, the better we'll fucking be.
Dude, that's what I always say about them out. I got this mentality. I think anybody that's an incumbent, I don't give a shit. You're out.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Term limits.
Term limits, yeah, that's bogus too. But
No,
I agree with that. You put RFID chips in your passport, and they're passive RFIDs. They're not GPS or anything on. They literally only work when you have your passport
when it gets
open.
a source of electricity,
It's open. Like you literally have to open your passport for this RFID.
Yeah, but I'm saying the way that chip works is
it's passive.
It's passive in the sense that it literally won't become powered until it hits a source.
Literally, yeah. Put that in your driver's license. Good to go. If you want to update your information, you don't want to register to vote this election. Cool. Update it.
Exactly.
Cool.
We already registered to vote So why are we not registering for a voter ID at the same time?
It's bogus. It's bogus. Let's get into it. So we said 138 million Americans voted in 2016. Okay.
Yeah. And it says here that, however, those 138 million Americans only make up 58.1% of our voting eligible population, but it says those American citizens over 18.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is kind of, hold on, if I click on this link, what will it do here? Because that just says over 18. I don't know if that also includes, my bad. I don't know if that includes people who are over 18 but still can't vote due to other reasons.
Yeah.
Iowa's had 69.1% turnout.
Hey.
69.
And what's it say here?
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah. You know,
Total ballots counted. Only a mill?
Well,
That's half our population.
That is half our population.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's
like,
not bad.
only half the pop really votes.
But 69% of that is eligible to vote. So that's still pretty damn...
No, so it says ballots counted 69.1%. So
we're up there.
I don't know what the hell that
be
means.
so much-
Either way, that's...
It'd be nice to get to
So
80 or 90.
58% of our voting population voted in the 2016 election.
mm-hmm.
I bet that number goes up.
Possibly. The big thing here is when you look at charts and who votes, it's usually old people that show up
For
and
sure.
turn out to vote.
For sure. It's always old people. I mean, yeah.
And I've seen so many interviews. Well, why didn't you vote? Well, I didn't feel like it, or this or that. Like seriously, take the time. Go
vote.
do it.
I mean,
Please
like,
go vote.
yeah.
Go vote in what you believe in, not what someone tells you to do.
Yeah.
I can tell you who I'm voting for, and I know that doesn't sit well with a lot of people, but
you know what the answer is.
yes. But for me, it comes down to gun rights, and that's a big thing of it. And as much as I don't like some of his policies, there's two things that you should never give up, and that's freedom of speech and the right to bear arms. And if one side is actively trying to take that away, one of those away, no, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. And if another side turns to that, well, let's just say the tree of liberty has not been watered in quite some time. Watch out.
Damn! Wow. Okay. Jesus.
Is it an apple tree?
But I think there's gonna be a lot more people that vote this year, because I think there's a lot more people that feel there have been injustices, and I feel like there's a lot more people in power who have actively said, "Hey, we need to vote." You know, like whether it be whatever you think about the NBA players, you know, and all that shit. But there's a lot of them that, like, I know Chris Paul, who plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder, made sure that every single person on the organization was registered to vote. Like, there's a lot of people that are actively like, "Hey, mofos, get your asses out here and vote."
Yeah, just vote.
So, just vote. Just vote. At the end of the day, vote.
We're not telling you who to vote for. Seriously, I will not hold it over you if you vote for one side or the other, or if you decide to do a write-in, or if there's a different candidate.
Kanye.
Yeah,
I'm voting for Kanye.
Oh,
yeah. I was about to say, if you're more of a Tulsi or
Kanye.
Bernie fan, like, I think that, write-ins are a legitimate thing to do. I get that a lot of people in the establishment say, "Don't do that. Vote just Biden in, because if you
don't vote for Biden, you vote
we
for
lose."
Trump.
Yeah, and that is so manipulative. It really is. We're telling you who to vote for, but we're not. But we are. Like, dude, fuck off.
I saw a thing a while ago. It said Trump convicted or not, alleged pedophile. Joe Biden alleged pedophile, and then it said Kanye West 21 Grammys. I mean, you tell me, dude. Like, who? Like, no.
Fuck the Grammys. That man literally pissed in a Grammy.
That was legendary too, by the way. Let me tell you. Did you see that video on his Twitter?
It was a video? I just saw a picture.
No, he posted a video on his Twitter.
That's a very Chad move, Kanye. Proud of you.
On one of his Grammys, bro.
Just whack my chin on the microphone. That probably sounded great.
So yeah, that was our debate talk. What a debacle that piece of shit night was. Boys, I think I actually had a legitimate quarter life crisis.
Yes.
In the fact that I'm in the process of buying a house.
Fucking joke.
What's your address?
It is 991. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, so
Avenue. It's an avenue.
What are the 16 digits on the front of your credit card?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. I think something like that.
All right, and the month and the date.
1-1.
I'm trying to get this epic victory royale here, and then those special 3 digits on the back.
V-Bucks?
My CVV is it CVV?
I think it's CCV.
Is it CCV or CVV?
Pull out my wallet.
Yeah, pull out your wallet. It's also 191. 911.
Oh, did
It's one of them.
I got a notification saying Schaefer posted something in the podcast live chat, and then it's no longer there. I don't know if
he deleted it because he saw
Weak.
it. It's alright, Schaefer. It's whatever. But yeah, I decided to buy a house.
Nice.
I didn't think, the situation changed a little bit, and I didn't think that
You'd be a homeowner.
it was. I legitimately didn't think that was a homeowner, but there's a really nice first home buyer program that's helping me out. That's helping me out with the down payment, which is nice because I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna be in debt for a while because of school and cars and whatnot. So there's no way that I have any sort of down payment that I'd be able to do. But it sounds like it's gonna be affordable, and it's gonna be a nice step.
So
It's build some equity.
Were you able to get a 0% down?
No, with the home with the loan, I'm doing an FHA loan. It's at 3.5%.
Okay.
And the first home buyer program, I think I'm gonna have to pay like $500 to $800 out of pocket to get this house. That's it.
Huh.
Like the first home buyer program is really nice and helps you with the down payment. It's a 0 payment, 0 interest loan essentially. The only time that I have to give it back is when I sell the house.
Yep.
So it's really like hopefully by the time I sell the house that I'll have enough money saved up and obviously be able to just equity and all that stuff, and the $5,000 will be nothing to give back. So that's gonna be it's exciting. The inspection pretty much passed for the most part. Like I already said, the water heater was the original with the house in 1978 when the house was born.
Dude.
So that's kind of it works.
Get yourself a tankless, brother.
True. It still works, which is nice, and I have the year warranty on the home too. But other than that, inspection went well, and they said that's the hardest part. Like if you pass the inspection, that's pretty much there. So it's
Hell yeah.
on the come up a little bit, bro. It's
Hell
cool.
yeah, dude.
It's cool.
How many acres?
Like 17? No.
I
Like
wish,
0.
dude.
Like
Dude.
point. It's a starter home,
It's
bro.
I know.
It's a starter home, bro.
Hey,
I have a yard and I have a 2-car garage.
You got a 2-car garage with only 1 car.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have other people.
Yeah, I'll have other people living with me, which is fine. But there's still plenty of room, and I think I'm gonna put a fridge and a deep freeze in the garage. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Get me the meats you need.
Dude, deep freezers. Dude,
Greatest thing ever, bro.
That's the play, man. We have one at our place. Phenomenal.
Yeah, bro. It's like it's so like you can put ice cream in there, you can put people in there, you can put cows in there, you can put bacon in there, pork in there. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, and then maybe even I might even put a couch in the garage. We'll see. Might just be
like the chill pad sometimes.
Yeah, like the
then
chill pad.
You're gonna put a bar in the unfinished basement.
Well, I'm gonna finish the basement.
You're gonna finish
and I'm
it.
gonna put a bar and a little home theater down there. Eventually, that's the plan. But you go for it.
So in the garage, would I recommend you like having a little place for plants?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes, cucumbers,
some
basil, and there's a garden in the.
Oh, is there?
There is a garden.
Can I come over and like?
Yes, you can.
Fucking prep that for the.
Oh, dude,
the spring?
give me some perennials, bro. Are perennials the one that come back every year?
Yes.
Hell yes, bro. Give me some of them. But yeah, it's hyped. I'll eventually. Really cool. The thing about the unfinished basement is that I feel like I have to do it sooner than later because it's like one of those things. It's like I don't have to finish it, but if I finish it, it'll be dialed as hell. So it's like one of those things where it's like I got to do it within like 2 years and money and all that. Like I got to make sure I save my money and all that. But I feel like I have to do it sooner than later because at some point I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, fuck yeah! I can't wait to come and have a housewarming party.
Oh, bro, we'll be
trashed.
Yes. Yes.
Sick. Yeah, that's the biggest issue that Taylor and I are trying to like looking at houses right now, because together we have 4 vehicles, so like we need at minimum.
Bro,
a
you
3-car
getting rid of
garage.
the bike?
No.
Speaking of that, can we segue again? Did you hear about Matt Umfleet?
No.
Bro,
What?
he got in a wreck on
Holy
his
shit.
bike. Like he had
Oh.
road rash all over.
When did
on
this happen?
Like a week ago.
Holy shit! No, this is the first one.
Road rash all over his ass, all over his hands, knees, face. Like he maybe not his face.
I was about to say, was he not wearing gear?
I think he was wearing gear. I mean, but I don't know about his helmet. And so I saw that on my Snapchat, and I was like, holy fuck! I messaged him. Like he never responded, but he posted on his story that like I'm okay and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Road rash all over the place. And then one of my coworkers, he's like, yeah, man, I just went through some shit. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I was out on the back of my buddy's bike and we were going like 30 miles per hour and he lost control and he's like, I jumped off, did a barrel roll, like a hardcore parkour type shit. And he said that his buddy is getting reconstructive face surgery because they were on gravel and neither of them were wearing a fucking helmet. And yeah, dude, that shit's scary, man. That shit is scary.
Wear your fucking gear, dude. Oh my god. No, this winter I'm planning on. So the goal right now is the big purchases I had. So I got the car, and then I got the new computer, and then I wanted to get a workbench to hold all my tools, and then everything after that. There's nothing that I need, and that all the money after that is going to be going towards a house. So, because I want a place to be able to work on that stuff. And that's my plan this winter when instead of sitting in front of a computer screen the whole entire time, I want to actually be working on stuff. So I want to buy a nice workbench. And I want to get the bike up and running for next summer.
Oh,
so,
hell yeah.
Nice.
Just get
I
some
will
things
say,
solidified,
I will say right now is a buyer's market. Like I said, I have a 2.75% interest, and that's unheard of.
yeah,
like,
it's
that's
super low.
Like they can get to like 2.5% if you have a good down payment, 2.5%, maybe even 2.4 if you're like super lucky, but like super low time to buy. But the thing that I like learned through the process is it goes super quick. At least right now it goes super quick. Like if you find a house, you're paying at price because there's 3 other buyers behind you that are gonna put up the exact that'll set because interest rates are so low. But then on top of that, you have to don't give yourself a price range until the lender gives you the price range. Like you can always like push it a little bit and be like, okay, well, here's my price range. I want to kind of be up here because blah 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 blah. There's some negotiation, but then you just kind of just get your hopes up, and it eats you. Like you don't want to like you want to get like what your price range is, and then you can start looking for houses because you also have to look at it is that it's going to be like your first. They say that a first home is like 10 years or less. So it's not going to have everything that you want. And that's kind of what I learned along the way. It might not have 2 baths. It might not have a attached garage. Like you kind of learn. And you learn through the process. Also, the last thing that I learned, pictures do wonders. Do not ever trust you. No. Like you have to actually house shop. You see so much more when you're physically walking through a place rather than just seeing it on.
Yeah, and pictures can be deceiving. Taylor and I have gone to a couple houses and looked because we've just been like, let's check out this house, and every time we go and look at a house, we're just like, holy shit.
It changes a lot. You can make a piece of shit look great on photographs.
It's the same thing with cars. Same thing. We learned that with Taylor's Buick as well. It can happen and it will happen. So,
what, you found more issues?
Well, no, just like the cosmetic issues.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like it looked super clean, and then we got there and there was a whole bunch of stuff with it, and we're like, we didn't see that in the pictures.
Yep.
No, they will fucking lie to you.
And that's the same thing that we were talking kind of the last time. Is like when you start spending a lot of money on shit, see it physically. Don't just trust your eyes. Like
Brick and mortar.
Exactly. And my price range was like a lot. My price range was a lot of them were like fixer upper houses, and some of them do a very good job, but then some of them don't. And there was a couple houses that looked great on the photos, and we got there, and there was one house that said it was 3 bedroom, and there was a 1 livable room when I got there. Like, it was like no closets, and like it's very deceiving. So when you house shop, when either you boys and everybody out there house shop, go to the house, walk through every single goddamn room and everything. Get yourself a good realtor that's got your back and
for
everything.
Sure.
Well, I won't buy a house unless it's got at least 5 acres.
Really?
Give me that. I want land. Dude. I really want land.
Save up, brother. Save up for down payment.
Yeah, dude. I'm the same way. I want land too, and it's a pain in the ass to find something.
It is.
Because that's my thing. Like, I've even told Taylor, like, I really don't give a shit about the house as long as the roof doesn't leak and as long as the plumbing works and the electricity. We're like, I don't care. Like, the wallpaper, I can have ugly wallpaper, but to me that's something like you can change. That's always something you can paint.
That's the other thing
the
too.
The cabinets are ugly. Well, we can always change the cabinets.
Anything cosmetic, you have to, you got to make sure the roots of the house are golden. Mm-hmm. Everything inside, ugly color, who cares? Paint it.
Yeah.
You don't move into a house and not paint.
Yeah, and that's my thing with it is I'm more worried about the layout of the house and what it has to offer in terms of like garage. Like I don't care if the garage. I actually am looking at houses with detached garages because they're usually bigger and they're easier to expand upon. Yeah. For those of you that know me, this makes a lot of sense because I like spending time in that kind of stuff. Like I want to be able to have all of my vehicles because, like I said, myself I have 3. Yeah. By myself. Taylor has her 1, and I can only imagine that, I think she's starting to get the bug now for wanting a different car as well. Because why not? Let's get a beater or something. Let's go buy a shitty motorcycle. It's one of those things that like I like having multiple vehicles that serve different purposes and everything, and you have to store them somewhere. And you have to work on them somewhere, and that's why I want a giant garage. I'm the same way with you. Put a heater in it. I don't give a shit about the AC. You can open up a garage door, put a heater in that bitch, big old workbench, a couch, and a TV, and a big ass sound system, and you're fucking good.
Yep. And a deep freeze. Damn it.
Fucking.
Oh yeah, that's gotta keep deep freeze goes in the basement, dude. If you have a basement, you put that shit in the basement.
Yeah. True.
Yeah,
either way, it would
it's
work.
hard to get to. Inside.
Either way, I got a deep freeze, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, you make sure you put a fridge. You put a fridge in the garage.
Yeah, true.
Where you gotta store the beer.
Yep. Keep the beer at the low, so when you got women over, they have to bend over.
Wow.
Smart man.
Wow.
Just saying.
You've done this a time or two, huh?
Let's just say college taught me rights.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. I was looking at the average watch time. How long have we been live?
I don't fucking know, dude.
We've been live for 43 minutes and we haven't even gotten into the topic.
So let's. I'm kind of in the back seat. You boys have kind of took this, so I talked about what I want to talk about. I'm just gonna add to whatever y'all
have to say.
I
also love how like we have.
I'll be the moderator.
On this whole fucking episode.
What?
Good. You don't get to know who I am.
You don't get to know this episode. I'll be cozy. Just know that.
I'll be nosy, bro.
And I'm Mr. Guy.
No, you gotta rhyme, damn it, bro. You said cozy, I said nosy.
He can be fucking Mr.
Bro,
Guy.
why can't you be like...
Let him be his own self, dude.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, nosy. Go fucking snort some
all right.
cocaine.
All right, cozy.
Like a little dribbly over there. bro.
I'm really friendly with people, and I like to cuddle and cozy.
That's his theme.
I have a warm personality.
A warm personality, but
I'm
you don't know what's
welcoming.
behind the veil. And that's why I have a deep freeze in the basement. So I put bodies in there.
Oh.
He's gonna start wearing your face here in a little bit.
In a little bit. But at least it's not children in the sex slave business down there, aging like fine.
At least it's grown-ass adults you're killing, yeah.
Yeah. But only if they're 18 or older.
Proud of you. You at least have some morals,
Yeah.
some ethics to your.
Am I killing?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
Woo! Yo, Nolan, pass the meth. You know me, I'm the go-to for everything you need. It don't matter. Quaaludes, shout out.
I'm not dying sober.
Yeah, I'm not dying
right?
sober. I'm not.
That's true.
I just realized the camera's just like fucking off. Who fucking cares?
We're here. We're here, and we're live, and we're on YouTube for the whole world to see, including Evan Thomas, who wants me to pass the meth. All right, what you guys want to?
I'll let you. So there's a lot of tinfoil hat stuff going on in this world. Secret societies. So speaking of secret societies.
Yes.
Apparently, Nolan has some island girls from Epstein's Island.
Is there something you gotta tell us, Nolan?
I think Evan Thomas just loves to put me in all these sorts of boxes and spots, and he's just a straight up liar. I'm a good person. I swear.
No, I think I believe him.
Yeah, I think I do too. I think you gotta explain yourself, Nolan. Were you in a sex slave ring? Like, were you diddling children?
No,
okay.
I've
you don't
never
look like
diddled
that mustache
anything.
doesn't look suspicious at
Yeah,
all.
I mean, this mustache says a lot about me.
I've heard it sets land records of fastest mustache rides.
I mean, the smoothest, unsaltiness mustache rides you can ever. I should have, dude. So I guess I can never confirm that if they were actually salt flats or not.
It's a lie. That's the first stepping stone to conspiracy theories. It's not actually salt.
Salt flats aren't salt.
It was probably dried semen from all the children that were diddled and all the sex slaves.
Jesus.
Whoa!
America is built on sex rings. That's wrong. That's my take for today. Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, two co-conspirators of the conspirators of what's going down in America right now.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's some sketchy stuff when you look into this high society stuff.
A lot of fun.
If we get suicided, I do not have suicidal tendencies. I do not have suicidal thoughts. I'm a healthy human being. I do not want to kill myself. If I end up dead by suicide, it is not by my own doing.
I can't say the same.
Woo! But no, there's some heavy shit with that. And this has been going on for ages. Ages. And it's crazy to think that only a couple of years ago, a lot of people, like, especially with like that whole Alex Jones thing. Oh, Alex Jones is off his fucking rocker, you know.
Mitch loves Alex Jones.
Dude, I would say he's
a character.
He is a definite character. However, to say that he has been wrong about a lot of things happening, like, I don't know if you got a big thing, speaking of Jeffrey Epstein, there has been leaked video of the suicide, supposedly. I don't know if you guys have been heard. That's been circulated around 4chan. Some people are now claiming that's a 3D render because they're pointing out that there's toilet paper in the video. There's toilet paper sitting on the table, but in the photos that they took of the crime scene, there was no toilet paper on the table. There's like some discrepancies there. I don't know what's true and what isn't. However, these are now things coming out, and it shows him actually committing suicide. So who fucking knows, man? All we know is that the big light at the end of the tunnel of this is not being reported, which is very unfortunate. But for the past couple of weeks, every single day, there's been at least 2 to 3 people getting arrested for of these sex rings. It's been constant every single day.
What?
People in high society and shit trafficking children for the past couple of weeks. There's not been a day that's gone by without someone getting arrested for possession of child pornography, for sex trafficking, for any of this stuff that these
Do
people.
we think it's all linked?
Yeah, I would say it is.
Well, because Ghislaine Maxwell.
Is she still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive. She's going through trial.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too much real updates because once again, I slacked my research.
I did too because I was gonna. I promised the people I was gonna talk about the whole Columbine thing.
You did.
I slacked there.
It's what it is. So yeah, she's still. So she's not going to be released from jail, or something to that effect. Even though her lawyers are fighting for her not to be in jail because of COVID. Basically, she doesn't have bail, so she can't get out of the fucking situation she's in. So she's
that's good.
probably dead to rights. Going to probably snitch on people. So there's going to be a lot of people doing backflips trying to save their asses.
Yep.
So that's probably why there's a lot of people being arrested right now, because she's probably blabbing. And yeah, so we're gonna fucking find out a lot of different stuff.
And the biggest thing is with all this, if she gets let out, don't forget that she still did this stuff. She still trafficked children. She still participated in this. Just because in the eyes of the law she was let off because she snitched on people, she may be innocent in those eyes, but again, I'm not suicidal. I do not have suicidal tendencies. And everything that I am going to say from here on out, is all hypothetical and can only be done in Minecraft. But these people have names and addresses.
Yes, they do.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, that's true. Evan Thomas brought up Becky was an innocent preacher's daughter before Nolan. That's funny, bro. Because I didn't make her uninnocent. Somebody else, not me. Oof. Maybe in the family made that happen, but it's fine. All right, goodbye.
Woo, is this a Catholic family?
No.
They're altar boys?
No.
Dude, that's a conspiracy, too.
That's the crazy thing. It's all coming out that a lot of people, it's all conspiracy. I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think a lot of this, again, the world is much more fucked up than we are led on to believe it is.
That's fair.
Because even so, I think there was a child sex ring back in like the 70s that got busted with a higher up government official.
Yeah.
And he was able to like either get out of it or throw people under the bus. And then there's some private community somewhere on like an East Coast that literally it's tons of rich people and they have parties.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of sex child stuff and
it's fucking twisted, dude.
yeah.
And here's the big thing. It's a lot of politicians, right? A lot of politicians that are doing this. A lot of these politicians are maybe not American born or maybe have dual citizenships to other countries. There are certain countries that these politicians have dual citizenships to that you cannot be extradited from for, pedophilia or anything of the sort. So isn't it fucking crazy that we have these people that write our laws and govern over us and are able to do these things, and if they get caught, they just disappear to these countries and they can't be caught because...
So my question is...
Yes, Nolan.
Is it...
Yes, it's illegal.
Sex-driven? Is it sex-driven or is it money-driven?
I think it's sex-driven, but the fact that they have money, right?
I think
or do they just make a stupid amount of money off of selling children?
I remember...
Because remember the whole...
Yeah, they make a shit ton of money off kids, but I think it comes down to when you have so much money...
Yeah, Mitch said this before.
You have so much money, you get to do a whole bunch of things, right? Like
drugs.
If I could have millions and millions of dollars at my disposal, and I don't give a fuck what happens to it, and I want to go out and party, and I have all these experiences. I want to go skydive 3 times a week for the rest of my life.
Fucking drive a Bugatti through fucking downtown Des Moines.
This stuff starts wearing off.
Yeah.
Because people, and again, I wouldn't consider myself overtly religious, but this is what kept people in check in old times when they didn't have access to a lot of this, but was serving for a higher purpose in terms of religion. Instead, they're serving themselves. And there's no limit to this. Whereas if you are following a religion or if you're keeping yourself on track with this kind of stuff, there is an end goal there. But with this, there's no end goal and there's never a limit. So it's this thing of what can I get away with? Because in all reality, every time you step outside the house, that's technically what you're doing. What can I get away with today?
Yeah, and so like it comes to like children, I don't know the exact appeal to it, but it's just like I have power, I have money, so they're probably able to like control the situation, so they're probably able to do things that are fucking kinky or fucking crazy fucking
disgusting
fetishes. Yeah. So yeah, they can just fucking do whatever they want because they have the money and they have the power.
And
so
you can manipulate a fucking kid however way you want.
Yep.
It's fucked, but
it's very fucked. But that's what's happening. And people like when I say need to talk about this, we need to come to the realization of why this is happening and the fact that we're not holding these people accountable and the fact that there is literal people trying to advocate for like pedophilia rights and everything. Like, I'm sorry, like I get that I'm edgy with a lot of the stuff that I say, but at the end of the day, there's a hard line there. You don't like you don't touch children, you don't go and fuck them or anything like that. No.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, this isn't a thing of, oh, well, you know, maybe we can reform them. No. They either get locked away for the rest of their life or we toss them off a fucking building. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. And I'm not saying, like, oh, this person is mentally, like, unfit and has these weird thoughts and has these has these thoughts about children. They need to be fucking put away from society. I'm talking, like, that's one thing. But if you go and diddle children, no, off the building. Sorry. You don't get a second chance.
You can't physically touch children, and like, I don't know if it's a mental illness or I don't know what the appeal to children and pedophilia is, but I've heard apparently there's like sex therapists who have people who have pedophilia, and the way that they're able to get off is like watching YouTube videos of like kids. So it's like, yes, they're not physically doing it, but
it's
dude, and then it brings up like, okay, so I don't know if you guys heard today's news about Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. They lost a kid.
She was pregnant.
I think the baby was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I saw a picture. I think the baby was born. They lost the kid. Whatever. Super sad. And there's like right wingers and all these people that were like, fuck you, Chrissy Teigen. This is why you gotta believe in. This is what you get for not believing in abortion. Like they're like, this is what you get for believing in. Pro-life. They're like, this is what you get. You weren't pro-life. Blah blah blah. This is just God's way of telling you. Blah blah. All this shit. It's like, what the fuck. But like, that's terrible that they lost a kid. But it reminds me of that though too. Is like, you know, she's one of them. She's like, you know, on the list, and if she hasn't done it like directly, she's living vicariously through fucking toddlers in tiaras or whatever the hell that shit.
There's literal fucking tweets. They've been screen capped and they've been archived of her literally saying like
pizza party.
And there's nothing sexier than like little kids in dresses. And I'm just like, this is fucking disgusting, dude. How do you say these things and not just feel like just dirty?
And then who's letting Netflix get away with releasing that? Yeah, cuties.
Again, in Minecraft, these people have names and addresses.
That's a look. Cuties is gross, dude. Like,
I'm not gonna watch it, dude.
No, I haven't watched a second.
No, I unfortunately, I was going through Twitter one day when this was really like the shit was hitting the fan, and someone posted a clip of it, and I was scrolling through, and I opened it. I was able to make it like 5 seconds in, and there was like, imagine like a dance competition of like you'd go and see like schools do, like high schools and colleges. It was like that, but with like little girls that looked at oldest like 10 years old doing very, very provocative things. Yeah. And I straight up physically gagged. This isn't one of those things. This isn't one of those things where I'm like, and I'm literally crying. I'm shaking right now. But I saw it. I felt myself like wretch. I'm like, oh my god, how the fuck is this? And the whole excuse, it's a coming of age story. Bullshit.
No.
This is literally child pornography.
And I feel like every single one of those parents is one of those parents that were like, my daughter's gonna be somebody. She's gonna grow up and just be the greatest thing that no, your kid's not special. I don't know why. Like your kid. There's obviously gonna be kids that grow up and be wonderful things, but I don't know like why any parent ever is just like, my kid's better than your kid. Like, no. Like, you can like put them in the right spot to be like, but there's so many. I feel like all these parents on that show are like, I wasn't anybody, so I'm gonna make my daughter go into these dances and become the best person that she can be, and don't care what the fuck's going on. Like, open your eyes. How could you let your kid dance like that ever?
You want to hear the most damning thing about all this?
Sure.
it was sad enough that the 4 or 5 or however many girls were on there on the movie, over 600 girls aged 8 to 12 auditioned.
Oh God.
I remember
this
you.
movie.
I think you might have mentioned that.
That
before,
means that they auditioned over 600 little girls for this
Who's
role.
got that footage?
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Oh, God.
God damn. Oh man, oh God, oh man, oh God, oh
What is
man.
wrong with society, man?
What up?
I guess that's the conspiracy we've gone with today. We'll kind of talk about Columbine another day,
Yes, we will.
but fucking pedophiles and shit, dude. That is one of those things where I draw the line. I don't give a shit. Bullet to the back of the head, off a building, don't care. I do not care.
What was we were talking, there was something that came up right around cuties as well, and I can't remember what else it
Toddlers
was.
and tiaras?
Toddlers and tiaras, cuties, there might have been something else, but I can't remember. It's fine.
David Ramsey? No, that's not
Dave Ramsey?
No, I don't think
I don't know.
because that was really big for a couple of weeks, and honestly, I'm pretty sure it's still on the platform.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
You know, and this is what I mean by in the end.
And it's like, and it's kind of like the Suicide Forest with Logan Paul situation. Like, I have this kind of the same argument with the cuties. It's like, you have so many people that are recording this. You have so many people that are producing this. You have so many people that are editing this. How does not a single person, and maybe they did and they got fired because of it,
Yeah.
but how does like somebody not just like kind of just take a step back and be like,
This is fucked?
that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, just think about it. Like this was a fucking movie that premiered at a film festival before it even.
Sundance?
What?
Sundance?
Yeah, it was at. I'm pretty sure it was at Sundance. So it was at a
Jesus.
high-ranking film festival. People
The
went and saw
film
it.
festival,
People went and
yeah.
saw it, and there was no word about it. It wasn't until the general public found out about it that shit started to hit the fan.
Is there more pedophiles in a higher society than we think?
I would say so.
Oh God.
Is there just more? I don't.
I
think
just
higher
assume-
society, a higher society. If the rich, I guess, is what you're probably trying to get at. But I would say there's a big percentage that are just pedophiles. Like high society, I think just in general, people, the
Yeah.
population. I bet there's a lot more than what you
Pedophiles.
think.
Which is honestly, you know, it's one of those things that as citizens, if we don't start taking action on this stuff, you know, it's going to continue to happen, and that's what it is. And like a perfect way to wrap this episode up in terms of taking action and
Vote.
Well, yes, vote is a big one. Gary Plochet, I think is how you pronounce his name. Do you guys know? I don't know if I've talked about him on the podcast at all.
I don't know.
Pretty sure that's his name. Let me double check on this one.
Let's double check.
What?
Gary.
Gary Plochet was the name we're gonna run with for the time being. We scared all of our viewers off
Do we?
with our pedophile talk.
Hey, these are the real topics that are struggling in America nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
we're just trying to keep you woke. Oh boy. Oh look, Joseph Gordon-Levitt went on Trump.
Ooh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, that's a good one.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna check.
Also, because it's on our feed right there, Theo Von was great, bro.
Oh yeah.
Theo Von was
Gary-
awesome.
okay, that's Gary Plochet, or however you pronounce that. I highly recommend this Count Dankula video and watch of Gary Plochet. More or less, the gist of the story is small town, Louisiana, family of mother, father, and 3 kids. And they're the kind of parents that are like, we don't care what you want to do, kids, we'll support you. The middle child wanted to go do karate.
Ooh.
He wanted to, you know.
Oh, you've told us this story. The karate dude ended
Yeah.
up being...
So I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast or if I've just talked about it in person with you guys. But for those of you that don't know, the TLDR of this, there was only one karate dojo in the area, so they obviously went to this one. It was ran by some man that had no family around, no relatives, no spouses, nothing. It was just, and he lived at the dojo as well. So in their kind heart, the Plochet family in their kind hearts took this man in and put a roof over his head, and fed him, and he became a very close family friend. He was molesting their middle child for many years during this. Disgusting, right? He ended up he came to their house one day and said, "Hey, can he come with me to go run an errand and go do something?" And the parents were like, "Yeah, whatever." He kidnapped the kid and drove to fucking California. Drove all the way to California, Louisiana.
Yeah, like a 7-day or more day trip. Yeah,
couple of days. Yeah, came out or like got to California. They were staying at some motel. Who the fuck knows what happened? But more or less he ended up calling back home or something, and they were able to trace the number. The FBI was able to trace the number, brought him back. A news reporter happened to leak to Gary Plauché, the father, where they were going to be transporting him. And they flew him back from California to Louisiana to stand trial. And this was all. You can literally go look this up on YouTube. You can watch this happen.
I synced it.
And it's fucking nuts, dude. He disguises himself, has a hat. He's at a payphone, just hanging out there. Walks, and there's officers walking him by. He turns around, point blank to the head, kills him.
Why, Gary? Why?
Yeah. Yep. They tackle him. Goes to court, right? I think he would have been facing like 6 to 8 years in prison if charged. Walked out with 200 hours of community service.
Nice, I remember. Yep.
And like a year of this was like early 90s, late 80s, something like that. I don't know exactly when it was, but it was like sometime around then. And basically towards the end of the whole procedure of it, the judge asked like, "Why'd you do it?" And his response was, "You would do the same thing if you were in my shoes."
Yep. I remember you talking about that. That's nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And that's how it should be. I'm sorry. If I have kids and if you molest one of my kids, I'm killing you. I'm not even joking when I said that. I will find you and I will fucking kill you.
Yeah, that's your child. Like, you do anything for your child. Mm-hmm. And the same, like, I don't understand why parents would put their kids into fucking skimpy uniforms and have them shake their fucking ass
and like, I feel like beauty pageants and like the dance.
I'm totally against that stuff too.
Like, I'm not against it per se, but like, I feel like if you're a beauty pageant mom or like a dance mom, and I'm saying mom as dudes can do it too. I would still put you as the mom. You know what I'm saying? Just like culture. And this is speaking on outside the box because I'm not in there. But like, I don't want there's such a stigma. I feel like just like uppity, and you gotta do all this shit. You gotta like, it's like, let your kid live. I feel like when you start them that young, your kid doesn't, and maybe they enjoy it and cool, but let them make that goddamn choice. If they want to start dancing, dance. Mm-hmm. But don't I feel like you can start your kids super early dancing and super early in the dance recital pageant stuff that they don't have a choice. Yeah. They're raised into doing this, so then they're like, oh, I have to do this. Fuck that, man.
Well, dancing is one thing in terms of actual dance classes and stuff, but beauty pageants are straight up no. And like I said, when it comes to dancing for little kids, it's more or less them tumbling on a mat, being kids.
Yeah, but and either way though, let them put your kid in dancing at an age where they're like, I want to dance. Mm-hmm. Is that 5? Is that 6? Is that 4? Maybe just 4?
Let your kid do what they want.
Just boom.
And when I say that, I don't mean literally you need to have discipline with your kid. I'm saying, hey, I want to become a race car driver. Okay, well, how can we do this? Let's build you a small go-kart or something. Or
bro, I had a dream to be a race car driver, and look where I am.
And didn't you race go-karts?
I did race go-karts.
Exactly. And see that you take these steps. You're not gonna be like, yeah, here you go, kid, keys to the Corvette, go have fun. You know.
Yeah. Baby steps, man. Baby steps.
Cool.
No. Oh boy.
Sorry for scaring y'all off.
Yeah.
We had 8. No, those are playbacks. I think we had at most 5 or 6 concurrent viewers. But yeah, once we start talking about pedophiles and shit.
Oh, people got scared.
Hey, we try to tell you people what's going on in the world, and that's what's fucking going on in the world.
Follow us as always. If you're looking above me, it's there, but it's at the QLCP. You can find us everywhere. We're everywhere. YouTube.
Other than Instagram.
Twitter. Facebook. Facebook's kind of dead, but it's all right. Yeah, this is your boy, Nosy.
Nosy, yeah. So this is Cozy. I'm just telling you to email us. Please, for the God-loving Christ. Just send me something at theqlcpod@gmail.com.
Oh wow!
Any feedback, topic
wow.
ideas.
We need to get better. We need to get better at these links. I need to just get a copy and paste and get all the links for everything.
I have a Word document for us of links.
It's also on the Discord.
And it's on the Discord.
Okay.
Because that is the place.
Yeah, Discord. We might potentially be becoming a community, even though we already are a community. Discord just rolled out some new features for running a community on Discord. We're toying around with that. We're going to see how that turns out. Hopefully it works out pretty well, but it should make us more discoverable, easier to find. And please come hang out on Discord. You can actually come talk to us. It's super fun.
Yes.
It is.
Fuck just listening to us. You can literally just come talk to us. You
And
can hear our
be
sweet
friends.
voices.
And be friends. Also, one last shout out. It's spooky season.
Yeah, Spooktober, baby. I was just thinking about it.
Are we doing Sober October? Is that happening?
I already fucking broke it.
We'll talk about that on the next one, but I say no because I say fuck that.
I say no.
Weak.
I say we do Spooktober though and do some scary shit.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we could stream, Mitch.
Start sucking blood.
Pacify. I'm not much of a bloodsucker, dude.
Okay. All right.
I'll bathe in it though.
Later.
Dude,
Yo, we out.
stay cozy.
Oh no.